Hey guys, it's Dag, and I'm back in the saddle of my favorite chocobo. Actually, the one that's on the screen is not my chocobo, and it disappears, thank God. Okay, we're here, it's Tuesday night, and I am ready to do some Final Fantasy XIV. This is the most ignored game that I play of the three games that I play. And admittedly, I have not gone very far with Chad, but it has been fun leveling him online and seeing this stuff for the very first time as you're seeing me for the very first time. So all the stuff that I'm doing with this character is all brand new. I don't have any other character that's gone as far. And so this is all new stuff. I'm experiencing it live and uncensored. So if I start screaming and pulling my hair out, it's because I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. Today, believe it or not, is Hug Your Cat Day. And I wanted to let you know that for today, if your cat lets you hug it, then you're a lucky person. You guys know that I have a couple of cats. One of them is Buzz Lightyear, and the other one is Flapjack, as in both of them are cartoon characters, right? So Buzz had a counterpart by the name of Woody, and unfortunately Woody has departed this world a couple of years ago. But we had Buzz and Woody for a long, long time. Buzz is a crotchety old man. So we're gonna like step into a little bit of imaginary stuff here, and yeah, let's do some Final Fantasy. Where I left Chad, by the way, Chad is my monk. He is level 50 something. I don't know what level he is. Chad, what level are you? He's a 52 now. And he has perfectly coiffed hair. So if you see me making jokes about his hair, that's what that's all about. Anyway, he is sitting out in the in-between phase between the original game, Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn, and the first expansion, which I can't remember what the name of it is. But he is doing that type of stuff, and I don't know how long he's going to be hanging out here before he moves on to the next, but there's a main scenario quest that he is working through, and that's what he's doing. So right now he's over in the Crystal Palace, and you can see, there's the Crystal Tower in the background. He hasn't done anything yet except take a quest, so he knew where he was supposed to be, and now he needs to talk to Rambros and move on from there. So let's see what Rambros has to say. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I've previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. Of course not. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the four elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. I invite obliteration all the time anyway, so I don't think it matters whether I'm doing this or not. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. I remember that from last time. Naturally, these crystals must be surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. I was going to say, sounds flawless specimen. That's like me, right? Flawless, yes. Just ask wifey. She'll tell you. Yes, he's flawless. Yeah. Rambros is probably commenting about that. Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever, dude. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Sigh, were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the beast tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for La Noscia, where both Saspa spawning grounds and Ugarmaro mines are located. Okay. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave you to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. last famous words. All right. So I did that, and now I need to go elsewhere. Survey, let's see, legacy. So I'm going to go to someplace. I like this. You click on map and it doesn't tell you where to go. Okay, location of mines. Designate the Garmaro mines and slay the Cobalt Sentry to obtain a flawless. And then survey the designated locations and saps the spawning ground. Okay, where? Where are these places? Outer Lenosha. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to figure out where that is because there's a glitch there. And I'm in Mordona, so that's not going to help any. Huh. And here's where the organ... No, that's the other quest. I don't even know what that is. Harvest livers from the mud puppies. What is that even from? It's a level 45. You know what? I'm going to abandon it. Because I don't think it has any bearing on anything at the moment. Okay, legacy. Still need to figure out. We need to go to Lenosha, so I need to figure out how to get to Lenosha. I'm going to teleport there. Upper, western, eastern, lower. It said outer, huh? But who the hell knows where that is? Camp Bronze Lake. Alaport Wine Coast. No, Dry Docks. No. Let's try upper, because I seem to remember like a bunch of those guys running around. It might be up in that area. Did I guess right? I don't know. I'm over here, but this is... I see a bunch of quests, but what are these things? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I was in the right area, sort of. Alright, not too far. Cool, good guess. I almost forgot. Yes, you can fly. I believe I can fly. But I can't fly any higher. Outer Lenosha, that's where I was headed. Yeah, but where am I going now? Can't fly any higher, yes. I already knew that. These guys shouldn't be too much of a problem. Wait a second. I need to figure out where I'm going. Because I thought it was in this area. Well, why don't I go over and get it tuned over here, so that way I have some place to fly to. And I'll have to look at the map again. Okay. Stone me. Alright, I have now been stoned. I still need to know where this is, though. This is Western Lenosha. We're in Outer Lenosha, so I need to go to Western? Well, that's for that. That's that one. Where's this one? Oh, the mines. Cobalt Stronghold. Okay, I just went too far. All right, so back up there. So why don't they have... Who knows? What is that? I've not seen that symbol before. But I guess I'm going to find out, huh? Yes, I can fly no higher. I think that's the first time I've seen that mount actually in the air. That's kind of neat with the cape and shit. Can I go over this, or do I have to like figure out some other way? Oh, no, this is the way. This is the way. I've been watching too much Star Wars lately. This isn't going to be that easy, because, hey. Alright, here comes somebody, like, running in front of me, so I'll let them take the next boss. Or maybe they just, like, walk by. Okay, just go right in. And here's the destination I need to be in. Should I wait for the guy on the mouse? Sun Chaser. Survey, survey, survey. Survey says... a hostile presence. Yes, there he is. You know, don't stand in shit. This guy's not going to move any, so I'm just like going to continue to go back and forth. Alright, survey the designated location in the mine, which I did, okay. And that one's done, so do I need to do anything else? Slay the Cobalt Sentry to obtain a flawless Earth Crystal. Okay, so that's done. So now I can leave. I don't know what these guys are all doing in there. They didn't appear to be doing the same thing I was, but whatever. This guy again. I read that as bridesman. It's like, huh? It's like the wedding crasher. Another guy on the outside. 2 guys, 3 guys, half a dozen guys. Okay, now I can get on my mount. Alright, where to next is the question. So I think that I need to go to the adjoining area because it's in the next area over. Might as well go this way. Camp Overlook. Floating city of Nim. This is a long climb. Okay. Upper Lenosha. I think this is this where I'm supposed to be? Oh hell, we're back at this again. Alright, so where am I supposed to be? Western, not... Where am I? Eastern? Oh, I'm an upper, so I need to keep traveling. Okay. Do I even have these flight points? Alaport. Okay, I could have. Save some coin and just take the long route and enjoy the view. He must have a headwind because he's like struggling. Skull Valley. Yeah, don't think I've ever been here. And then Halfstone. Can I go up and over? Apparently. Although it probably would have been more fun going through. Ooh, maybe not. Fate? No, I don't want to do a fate. Here's the destination. I tell you, being able to bypass everything sure makes it a lot faster, but I don't know what I'm missing, you know? Be gone! Oh, this guy is my level. He spits at you? Is that what he does? Kick him in the shin. Alright, he's gone. I obtained a water crystal, I imagine. That's cool. Alright, should I... I'm just gonna get out of here. Yeah, I'm looking at these maps and I'm going, what the hell is this stuff? Hey, operator, how's it going this evening? You're going to see the real me struggling here tonight, because this is the game I play the least, and... Oh, cool. I haven't been taking my own advice for the last couple days. I've been slacking. I got back into it. It takes time, it honestly does. For the longest time, for me, the meditation was one of those things where it's like, is this really doing me any good? And this, I can't get into listening to me breathe and, you know, all that stuff, right? And I finally learned that, you know, it's like, it's okay. It's about trying to be in the moment and not hearing all the little voices in your head screaming at you all the time. And that actually, once I learned that, then it was like, okay. And you never get to that point. The other thing that you have to give yourself grace for is knowing that you're going to not be perfect in doing it. And even the teachers that I listen to that do the guided meditation, they are real good at explaining that, you know, they fall off the wagon all the time, and it's all about just keep trying. You know, your mind starts wandering, and it's just like, okay, start focusing back on breathing. It's kind of like gaming. You know, you fall off of World of Warcraft, you get on to Final Fantasy XIV and do something. You fall off of Final Fantasy XIV, you go over and play Star Wars for a while. Same thing. All right, where am I headed now? I got to go back someplace. Ah, Reverence Toll. That's a good place to go, since I think that's where I turn this in. Let's see. Finished up that. I got crystals to turn in. Hopefully these are the right crystals and they don't send me out looking for other crystals. Ooh, there's one of the quests that's like, no, those are the wrong crystals. You gotta go get the other ones. It's like, what? Alright. Rambros, how progress your efforts in infiltrating the beast strongholds? I did them both. So here you go, dude. And hand over. So these are famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. I'm glad you like them. You have done well, Chad. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of the fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak. Part of the joy of watching me do this stream on Final Fantasy is I can't pronounce any of the stuff correctly. So, anyway. The war camp of the Amalja in Athanalan, the latter in Natalan, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Korthos. Good God, please torture me now. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. So he's sending me after 2 more crystals. All right, let's see if I can. Okay, so this one's Thanalan. Do I have Forgotten Springs? I guess. And either one, so I can go to... Okay, so I have both of these. Let's go to Forgotten Springs, and I'll teleport there. Get that one done. And jump on my mount, whichever one that gives me this time. Back to the Magitech. You can fly no higher. I don't plan on it. They do cap the height on how high you can fly here. Pretty low, actually. Alright, so we got this pugilist out here, which ought to be fun, because that's kind of what I am. Kind of a hand-to-hand combat dude. Alright, and where's the spot? There's the spot. Surveying the destination. Now what comes up? A flame eater. Where is it? There it is. Hey, dude. Come and get me. Oh, he's just gonna stand there. I gotta be careful because I don't want to get that sprite to start chasing me too. Good. One down. Where's the next one? The next one is in Korthos. And Camp Dragonhead. Alright, out to Camp Dragonhead. Camp Drybone Dragonhead. So, but you can light it with a match or a lighter, right? So, is it just that the circuit that fires off the lighter is not working? Oh, you're kidding. They have the gas for the stovetop on the same circuit. Whoa, someone thought that one through. I'm sorry, dude. That's annoying as hell. Oh, God. Well, aside from dismantling everything, oh, so he's the one that. Okay. Ah! Ah! Oh, yeah. What's this switch do? Oh, that's actually pretty good. I like that. But that would drive me insane. It's like, okay, how come this isn't working? You know, it's like, oh, my kid's been here. I need to look for something that I'm not expecting. Uh, oh, God. Sometimes that's the best way to learn. Shit breaks and it's like, ah, what do I do now? Okay, there's an Ixal somewhere. There he is. He's behind me, of course. Well, I think I mentioned that our kids bought their first house, or one of her kids bought his first house, he and his girlfriend. And he's now on a trip to Washington, D.C. because he's an American history teacher. And they go back with the 8th graders every year and give them the Wild West tour of Washington, D.C. and Boston and Virginia and that whole area. So, oh, Chad, it is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastmen? Yeah, of course. Here they are. And hand over and hand over. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. Where are you going to send me now? I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in the present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once more. Okay, and what am I getting? Oh, dark matter. Whatever. I don't know what the dark matter is, but okay. Let's talk to... Oh, wrong guy. Guy standing in front of me. Oh, standing it down? Who am I clicking on? I need to see who I'm clicking on. I guess standing it down, that would be yes. Rambrose wishes to proceed with the shaping of the flawless crystals. Accept. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances, other than DAG, will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Ah, indeed, it is not unusual for abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Okay. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Ul'dah seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available. Though I requested that word be sent out as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procure the flawless crystals. Supply and demand. Probably they couldn't get deliveries. What can I say? I am well aware that acquired ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when next we meet, we will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we require. Okay, so he's... So I got to go to Ul'dah. All right, so back home, essentially. And so we'll go to Ul'dah and pay the goldsmith. I didn't see him giving me any money, so I guess he's expecting me to pay it. You know, fine. COD, here we are. I gladly pay you today for 4 hamburgers tomorrow. That's not the way it works, though. Alright, I need to remind myself, where in the hell is the guild? Pugilist Guild. Oh, there we are. Yeah, so I was in the right direction. Okay. I haven't been over here forever, though. So have you ever played this game? Just out of curiosity. Oops, I need to go this way. Okay, where am I headed again? Map? Oh, is this... No. It's through the other side. Well, shoot. I should have taken the... Guess I'm going back out. Alright, where is this? Goldsmith Guild. That's where I needed to go. Go, take me there. I should have done that right from the beginning. I forgot about it. Okay, who am I paying? Not any of those folks. There we go. Serendipity. Ah, Master Fist. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? Here's my credit card. And the PIN number. You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Conish? What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambrose with the news that we've finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jameen over the... I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Ah, Biggs. Okay. Come on. There must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not good enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man could do without a midday meal for a year or 2. All right, Biggs. Chad, it's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Yeah. Here's my payment. Well, now, this is quite a money pouch. The sound of it, so many gil clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the blooming ether sand, aren't you? Yeah, this is the way it is, Biggs. Biggs? Don't hit me, Biggs. Well, I can't deny the Allagan civilization is a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but he never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with the new airship design to think of much else, see. We will be tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. Say that 4 times real fast. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise. The lithium crystals, right? Star Trek. Yeah. As a matter of fact, anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here. Even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technological innovating, hey? While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Dude, look at my purse. Ugh. All right. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get the chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or two. And I delivered payment and got some of the sand, but not all the sand. Okay, now where do I go? Do I talk to Biggs? Yeah, I guess I do. Biggs, your thing up there is very small. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other three variants of elementally aspected aether sand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for shipments that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. Oh, okay, so this is going to be a series of quests where they send me out hunting for crap all over Timbuktu. Sounds familiar. Go kill 12 elkhorn and bring back their hooves and we'll make glue. And yeah, there is said to be a peddler in northern Thanaland who very occasionally handles the earth aspected variety of aether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being just the other day. It seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanaland without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Midge can't. You'll be in trouble. Head out to Blue Fog, and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I mention her? Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany her to him. Just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. He. Okay. And now I got to go to Blue Fog. And I don't know. Where's Blue Fog? Blue Fog. There it is. Camp Blue Fog. Let's go. All right, Blue Fog. And it looks like I'm headed that way. Oh. There's the experienced adventurer. Where's Wedge? Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has me handled and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, tis no stirring epic. But as you asked, my employer, a Lalafellin lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it's called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amangina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. I thought I already... Oh, I gotta go back there again? Yeah, apparently. Okay, but I have... I have a place to go to now. The Ceruleum processing plant. Yes. Now, I'm trying to imagine what it would have been like to have been a new Final Fantasy XIV player and just having finished a Realm Reborn and not have the next expansion available yet. And this is the only stuff that you can do. It's like, Let's see, repair gear. Do I have gear to repair? No, I don't have any repairs to make. That's good. Got my chicken and ride. Oh, what do we got? We got grenades and there. Oh, all kinds of stuff. And you guys are all up or they're gonna blow up. I just want to get one thing to hit. There we go. Out of the way. Second wind. Okay, got rid of the grenade. Now I gotta get this guy. Whew. Okay, I gotta wait for my health to come back up. So what am I supposed to be doing? Rescue Wedge from the abandoned Amagina mithril mine. Mine, not mind. There is no mind here. Just one brain cell. Not even one, it's half. I'm gonna get like a crap ton of people, aren't I? I might as well take out these guys over here. Do this carefully if I can. Likely to stay alive. All right. Who can I take out next without dragging everybody in? Well, I guess I'm going to get a grenade. Come here, dude. I gotta pull first? I don't know if I'm gonna pull anybody. They're just gonna stand there. Ha! That's funny. Hi, you mind if I come up and, like, kick your ass? Oh, and then this other guy rezzed. Is that what happened? Probably. It's probably the guy I killed a little earlier. Okay, he's dead. Anything inside of here? Hey, it's Wedge! Wedge, stop peeing in the corner, dude. Come here. Come here. Eating. Aiding and abetting. I have no idea what his last name is. How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair. It's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm going to die for it. Yeah, probably. No, I just need to keep calm. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Turn around, Wedge. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Hi, Wedge. Chad, it's really you, but how did you find me? How can you smell fear? Yeah, a mile away. Actually, I ignore that smell. I, oh God. All right, there goes my mind again. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, Wedge, did you crap your pants, dude? Oh man. Oof. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal. And I did succeed in snatching the stuff. Before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that stolen ether sand is right here in my oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. Okay, where is it, dude? You'll find the ether sand in my stead? Yeah, I'm going to have to. Oh, thank the gods. You're a true friend, Chad. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. And he goes and hides back in the corner again. All right, fine. You've been rescued, so now what do I need to do? I need to find the earth-cradled ether sand, and probably by killing everything within short distance of things here. Oh, now I got three things on me. Great. Ooh. Target not in range. I'll take any target at this point. I just need to kill something. Get off my plate. There. Okay, and there's the ether sand, so I gotta go through these two guys. Wait for my health. Alright, and now this one. Oh, you're not even going to punch me. Fine, I'm just going to go right through. Oh, no. You, on the other hand. And I'm sure something's going to jump out and try to bite me. 'Cause. 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 ' Find the earth cradle. Oh, maybe not. Hey, actually get a break and not have to worry about that for a change. Yay. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Oh, where am I supposed to be going? Well, just there? Wait a second. Oh, back in. I got to go talk to Wedge. Wedge decided he's going to like park in the corner, I guess. Oh, that was dumb. I got lunatic followers. Now I don't. Alright, so how to get back in without getting the followers? I guess I'll land first. I don't think these guys are going to follow. Oh, that one will. Come here. Alright, Wedge, I found the sand. Wipe your britches, let's go. Chad, have you had any luck locating the ether sand? Man, you think I'm going to give it to you? Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You also are on a mission to collect ether sand, and you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of Allegan knowledge, you say. I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are so far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting. I must say I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth the look. And yeah, okay. Right, I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that ether sand before there are any more little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Chad. All right, my pockets have no holes in them. There's a hole in my pocket. Oh, of course. Hi, Mr. Grenade. Grenadine. Alright, now I can get on a mount and get out of here. Go land on a rock up here. Teleport back to where I'm supposed to be. Is it going to let me? No. Of course it won't let me. Come on. I want to be off of the mount. You can be off the mount, but you have to be over here. And back to Reverend Toll. I cannot execute it this time. What am I executing, by the way? I need to go that way. Back to the crystal. It's a fate, but not my fate. Someone else's fate. There we go. Turn this one in. Ah, Chad, you've returned. Uh-oh. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? I see 2 varieties. Well, that's 2 more than could reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. It all goes to plan. We need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Gorland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. As Sid says, I shall work to set it to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter material like this every day. Speaking of which, how in the seven hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. Well, it had to do with Wedge. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Huh. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now you're determined to join us? Are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It will be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambros, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Chad was won for our cause, if only for a moment. Yeah, please. Let me. Let's see. I get I Materia 4, I Savage. Oh, Heaven's Eye, Savage Aim, Savage Might. I think Savage Might is the stuff I would use, probably. That's all stuff that goes into boosting your armor. So use that in order to do that. Okay. And then Rambros. Rambros wishes to discuss the procurement of the outstanding varieties of ether sand. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked Charlayan, acquaintance of mine, to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communications is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Persimontrut, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he. Okay, so I gotta go to Gridania. All right, before I head off to Gridania, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back shortly. Hang in there. Hey guys, I'm back. And I've got chocolate. Yes. Where am I going? Let's see. Do I need to talk to him again? No, let's see. I need to go to Gridania, the Black Shroud. And, okay, back to New Gridania. Man, they're bleeding me dry here. I need to figure out how to make money in this game, because obviously just trying to make money off of leveling and doing the quests is not enough. So we'll see whether I can make any cash in the game. Need to make Gil. Mm. Oh, and here's the guy I need to talk to. Parse Montrut. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much of a grain of ether sand in these markets for as many a long year. I can tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. That sounds like me. You seem undeterred, Sai. Well, very well. You are familiar with Earth's gifts? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the betussed nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Alright, so I have to search the hog's territory in Earth's gift. I have no idea where that is. Quarry Mill. Alright, I guess I'm up here. No, I'm not even. I am nowhere near this, but I can go there for a mere 221 gil. Ah, I'm in a phoenix. There's a hog. What level is he? 45. But that's not the hog I seek. This is not the hog you seek. There's another hog. Looks the same as the hog I just passed, but apparently that's not the hog I seek either. A hulking hog carcass. Someone already killed this hog. Was someone just here and killed this one? You're too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment, you will find no trace of the orb which you but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. That's a disembodied voice. Okay, where's it coming from? Ah, no, you will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of ether sand with you. The wind-touched variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be your destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. I guess it's supposed to be a man, right? Okay. So where am I headed now? To the... Let's see if I can figure this out. I gotta go to the float. Alright, I guess I'll go to the float first. Don't want to piss off the trees here. Ixali logging grounds. And here we are. Ooh, I got a Ixali beating on me already. Okay. So what is over here? Any of these guys? I don't see anything that... Oh, over there. Okay, I'm supposed to be over there. Let's see if I can get over there without having something beat on me. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Well, they're going down pretty quick, but I gotta keep out of their shit. There we go. Now I can grab the stuff. Like he's like... I'm going to discover this by Braille. All right. Bravo, that was quite a show adventure. Why the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of Ether Sand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. Dullahans? All right, so I need to go east. I'm guessing. East is that way. Other east. Oh. There's a fate here. Okay. Can I join this fate? Sure, why not? Your level is too high. Level sink. Now try it. There we go. I wanted to help these guys out because it's like, hell. Step in. Cause a little damage. Get a little XP while I'm at it. Do we make a friend in the game? Oh. Yay! Alright, now, where was my stuff? That's right, is this... Did I finish it? No. Collect the reward offering from disembodied voice. This is where it's supposed to be. Oh, there it is over there. Alright. Cutscene. Now, what are you expecting? I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into ether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of you relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. In my vocation, you see, a record history is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal that you have shown today. We shall meet again in adventure, and soon then you may imagine. Sooner than you may imagine. Okay, disembodied voice will come and haunt me at some point. That's fun. Alright, and off I go. Let's see, deliver the ether sand. Oh, I could just like, well, actually, probably go someplace a little safer. Like up here. Maybe I can get off my mount. Nope, not gonna let me get off my mount there. Alright, we'll just cruise on out of this area then. Maybe. Alder Springs. Alright, I know I have that Ethernet already, so let's see, where am I headed? I gotta go back to Reverend's Toll. So this is all like side quest stuff. It's not even the main storyline. So it's kind of the like the secondary storyline stuff. So probably I should have done like the main storyline and then come back to this, but I was like, this is fun. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? ISO abrasive, dude. And there you go. You've brought both? I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. Okay, we got an X potion. That's 24% of your health points. X ether. I don't need mana points. That doesn't work for me. And then restore 24% of hit points, restores mana point. Probably the first one. None of this stuff's that good, but it's like, okay, whatever. There, that should do the trick. Thanks, Sid. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was trifling matter, I assure you. Chad here is the one who you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to Allagan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. And here comes Wedge and Biggs. Come to lend a hand, have you? Pant. Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Allagan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemals look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with the technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged into the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's freedom through technology. Oh, exactly, freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. You mean Cybertruck, right? Okay. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of all-knowing Allagan Empire could not save their civilization and have damn near doomed ours twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower and, if needs be, seal it away its secrets. Okay, they're in agreement. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. And here comes a voice. A familiar voice? Who the hell is this? So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the ether sand. I tasked a passing adventure with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Hi-oh. Oh, okay. It's a cat boy. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction's in order. I am Griha Tia, one of the students of Baldajian. I look forward to joining you on a groundbreaking expedition. Graha Tia. Okay. Graha Tia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome as one of our own. God, I can't pronounce. Wording is hard tonight. Yes, it's hard. Hello. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? Sid has the same mindset as I. Noah? What are you talking about? That's the name I've chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the sons of Saint Coinish, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation of our venture to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically. But my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaulted Allegan Archmagus. Archmagus? An Archmagus? I like the sound of that. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, whatever. He's not pleased. Very well, now that the pressing matter of what you call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Yes. 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 Okay. Yeah, I am too. Ready? Cutscene? Oh, no. No cutscene. Okay, so I guess I gotta talk to Grahatia here. Is eager to begin the expedition to the Crystal Tower. Accept. Gentlemen, the secrets of ancient Alag beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, adventurer. You and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allegan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can, but must make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith with the large lopsided gate found to the southeast. All right, I am not going to go there right this moment. Instead, I think I'm going to go back and pick up the main quest line, which is going and talking to some folks. I need to go talk to Estola. And is that right? I think so. Stillwaters? Stillwaters, yes. So Estola is the one I need to go to. So let's see. Proceed to Horizon in Western Thanalan and report to Estola. Okay. So proceed to what? Horizon? Is that Horizon? It is. So I'm going to head there now. So this is back to the main storyline. So none of the side quests. And here we are in Horizon. And now I gotta find Ishtola, and she's the other direction, of course. There she is, standing out in front of the door. Hello, Ishtola. Ah, Chad, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken in length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It should seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might better be spent in conversation with a Fulfalupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation. I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhaps, it will not elude yours. And she's walking away. So I need to go over here and talk to Fulfalupa. That sounds like something that, like, you shave off meat and you stick it in, and roll it up and has yogurt. And, yeah. Chad, what a pleasure to see you again. Estola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than. Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off towards eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning, yet the Amalja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did you carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Is this the report? Ah, Thancred. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back. I fear I have come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Ah, so it is so. Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Chad. I guess I'm following them that way. All right. We're right there. Maybe we have a private word. Against all expectation, it would seem that Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals in such quantities. I cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Uringer of our progress or lack thereof. And there we are. Okay. Okay, the guy he's talking to is a womanizer. Hmm. No one speaks. They're all like, what? Okay. So, earrings. I've got hero earrings offending. Nope. Slaying, probably. Aiming. No, I'm not aiming, so we'll do that one. I don't think any of these are going to be useful for me, but let's see. Oh, yeah. Heroes Earrings of Slaying. That's cool. So that's an upgrade. I'll take it. And now I have an upgraded list. Yay. Okay, Thancred. Thancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? That would be bright. No, well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufulupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. His brain? Okay. Where is he? He's over here. Fufulupa. Fufulupa. Not Fufa. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I have given... yeah, I was just over there, dude. It was like, took me 5 minutes. I've given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Erstola, calm yourself, Fufula. Fufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if the fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed, if, for a reason of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk of open confrontation? Mayhaps not, but neither could the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious gift. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote, a miner, traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhaps north of the bridge to the Hammerlia? A fine spot to rest. Would you not agree, Chad? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. All right, Fufulupa, go away. And we're still talking. But he's back. And he tells us new plans. Thancred. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Okay. And now I gotta go figure out where to wait for the thieves. I was thinking of something earlier. It's like, why is it? Oh, there it is, right down there. Somewhere. Destination, right there. Oh, I don't want all this other stuff in here as well. But whatever. Standing watch. Here we go. Unknown Ravager. Considering hitting tab and it's like it's targeting everything but the thing that's right in front of me. It's like, come on. Alright. Chad, you took a licking. Kept on ticking. So where am I going now? Oh, more? Oh, jeez. Okay. That's why I didn't heal. That's why the music kept playing. Lie in wait for thieves. That's now been done. And now what? Go somewhere else? Oh, there's a Stola. What do you know? Hello. Still don't want to join the fate. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed, yes. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them? Aye, and all the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thankered, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, Buffalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Hey, Buffalupa. Cutscene. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. I was getting water, guys. Sorry about that. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No. I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No. But he was quite strong, a sea wolf. Leminson born and raised, I believe, but do not worry. We will find him, and you have my word on that. I see. Pray keep him apprised of any developments. Yes, he's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of those stoic nods? You do, don't you? Sigh. And I nod. All right, let's see. I've got earrings of castings, earrings of healing, critical hit plus 18. Vitality 14, vitality 14. Determination. I have no idea what determination. Let's see. Intellect 15, spell speed 18. Who cares? Mind and piety. Critical hit. I think, well, I bet you it was the other one. We'll find out in a second. Let's see what it has to say. Recommended gear. Yeah, it probably was. All right, that's cool. I don't need new stinking earrings. I've got a couple pairs. So Thancred. Thancred has information on your next assignment. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alfnod awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphanod has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade, and when I do, you may rest assured that we will all have our answer. Okay. And I guess I'll go talk to Alphanod, who is someplace. Where is he? Ferry docks. Vesper Bay, is that where I... Oh, Limsa... Yeah, okay. So, Limsa Lamensa. Limsa Lima Bean. So I gotta go back to there. Where am I going? There we go. I think this is where I'm supposed to go. We'll find out in a minute. And can I see anything here? I need to go out, right? Upper decks. Okay, I need to do this again. Oh, I need to go back to Horizon. Duh. Well, that was a waste. This place is packed tonight. It's hopping. All right, go back to Horizon. Got a bunny boy standing on me. Okay. Let me jump on my mount. Up, and away. Oh. Gotta go through. Now I can go over. Sort of. I keep forgetting I have, like, transfer things. I could have clicked on the little transfer thing and gone here. Oh well, that's alright. Who am I talking to? Over here. Alphanod. There he is. He's standing on the dock of the bay. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to the band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes, in Othryd? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitor's unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Chad. Unless I'm mistaken, I am rarely mistaken. We will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan Swore on the Royal Promenade. We are uncertain of the role in the proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do not so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. And I gotta go back to Ul'dah. Alright. Yeah, that's where I want to go. Get out of here and figure out where I'm supposed to be headed. And they're up there, so let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna make... Oh, I gotta go to a... Gotta go the other way. Oh. Duh. I could just go back here and use the same stone to go to the stone I need to go to. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah. All right. Keeping that. And let's see. I said I wanted to go to the Chamber of Rule? I think that's where I'm headed. We'll find out in a second. Did I go to the right place? I still gotta go downstairs. Lift attendant. Oh. Okay. Did I not go to the right location? Wow. All right. I'm lost. Yay. Yay me. Oh, this is a... Wait a second. Did I see that correctly? It said that the Royal Promenade is there. So, is that... That's where I just came from, I thought. Let's see if I can get there from here. Or maybe I'm just more lost than I thought I was. So I went to the right location, I just went to the wrong side. Oh, okay. Found it. It matters not how many times you ask, without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior, allow me to plead my case, and surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell on deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking, Alphanod Levalier, at your service, a friend, which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ilda, yet you will need some if you wish to endeavor yourself to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Nod. All right, what now? Speak with Alphanod at the quicksand. Where's the quicksand? It's down there. Okay, well. Adventurers Guild. So I gotta go back. Yeah, gotta go back. To the other side where the little crystal is. Do a clicky clicky. And I can get to the Adventurers Guild. Guess I gotta go upstairs. There's Alphanod. Bummer. The tail she sits on? Okay, the intrigue. Now I want to know what she looks like under there. All right, and now I get to talk to you, Giri. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them. I think I suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. All right, and I guess I go to Momodi, who's just on the other side of the room here. And maybe she'll cough up some stuff, right? Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Chad? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day. To tell the truth, a wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. See, but just sent word that they can't come, meaning I have a boatload of foodstuff and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Frudry and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waken Sands, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. All right. Obviously, I need to go elsewhere because they're all pointing. It's like, no, you go here, or you go here, or here, or here, or here. Bottom line is, I'm done for the evening. So I am going to pull the plug on this one, and we'll see where Chad leads next, because he's now on 2 different threads for the stream, and I'll have to figure out which way I want to go with this. If I don't see you before I see you next time, have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining me. I hope you see you soon.